the Montanas, the Idahos, the Wyomings. I mean, there's some wilderness out there.
This year we lost somebody that flew from Tehachapi, which is just, it's just east of Riverside. There's a lot of unpopulated areas here in Southern California as well.
Yeah, but there's some places that give you an idea. Montana, the state of Montana has fewer people in the entire state that San Diego County has. I mean, there's not even 1 million people in Montana, and the state's huge. So,
don't matter.
You can be out there in some pretty wild places, and these kind of things help. One of the things that you flying cross country, if you fly with a buddy system, that's always really great. Particularly if you have radio contact, you're in the air with a few of your flying mates. That makes flying a lot more enjoyable. You can kind of keep an eye on each other and communicate back and forth where the thermal lift is. And the ultimate is to have a ground crew following you. If you have somebody on radio that can actually stay with you, that is awesome, because all too often when you're cross-country flying with your partner or a couple of your flying buddies, if there's two of you and one of you lands out and there's not a ground crew chasing, then usually the protocol is the other person will land with the one that landed out if you're out somewhere way out in the Tules, so that you go out together and don't get separated. When you have a chase car following you, chase car can pick up the landed pilot and still follow the one that's in the air. That works out a lot much better. So that's the way to go.
I just got a mention from Murray on this personal location device. He said that if there's no airliner that picks you up, because the radio waves do transmit infinitesimally long, the satellites will also pick you up that monitor air traffic and whatnot. So looks like Murray's actually on the line here.
Hey, Murray, how you doing?
He's on the line. We don't have him on the line yet.
Mike's working with him, and we'll have him on the line here.
Now he's on. Murray, you with us?
Yeah, I don't have the website immediately at hand, but the latest generation of them has actually got built-in GPS. Now, as well as any aircraft using 121.5, they also transmit to the satellites. So I think that means the maximum time until the satellite passes over you is about 3 hours. But the satellite can only place you down to sort of 500 meters. They're not that bad, but they're not that great. And of course, if you're down in the valley, it may not be that accurate. But if it's got the GPS, it transmits the last GPS coordinate as well. So the very latest one of these ELTs will actually, within 30 seconds, give an exact location for where the transmission's from.
And these cost, they were what, around $150, $200 US?
Yeah, the ones with the GPS I think would be nearer $600. Okay. But they have the advantage that because the GPS is running all the time, it just picks up an update probably every couple of minutes. And if the beacon's activated, it will literally, within 30 seconds, the satellite and then back down to the ground station saying, there's an aircraft transmitting an emergency signal at this location.
Great, and for anybody that does a lot of cross-country flying, especially if you're in sparsely populated areas, $600 is well worth the cost of your life. So, great. Well, maybe next week. I know I've got the links from when you sent them last time. I'll look on the computer and we'll give out some of those websites.
There's more and more of these sort of things becoming available, and there's more and more microlight style in aviation, a lightweight aviation where you don't maybe have full cockpit, glass cockpit and all the power. Because they've got a bigger and bigger market, it means that the manufacturers are more inclined to produce products which, let's face it, aren't maybe specifically designed for the free-flying world, as in paragliding, but they're certainly very suitable for that, and it can make the difference. I mean, if you're talking about that somebody can then page you, a lot of the time mobile phones will receive and transmit a text message when you will not be able to get a voice transmission. So again, things like that, if you can text somebody, you may not know exactly where you are, but if the GPS is busy saying this is where you are, it's going to make a big difference if there's an accident.
Absolutely. Right on. Anything else going on, Murray? We've got about 2 minutes left here.
No, just what's on for next week.
What's flying like right now in Scotland?
Patchy. On the days when it's good, I'm working and trying to make some money to get my bank account back down below its overdraft limit. We've had a lot of really, really windy days, and there's a big debate still going on about the possibility of cross-brake reverse launch in zero wind. And every time I do a video clip, they sort of say things like, oh yeah, but there's a quarter of a knot of a wind there. So the latest is they want me to do this inside the sports hall. I was pointing out, having spent years taking photographs in discos, the air inside a large hall is anything but still. But we'll see what happens.
Murray, what's
Some
that?
people are hard to convince.
Give us your website again, where you've got some of the new video clips on.
Free Flight Magazine, so all one word, Free Flight Mag, mag.co.uk. There's a links page on there with video clips, and there's a lot of video clips on that, including one which is as near as, damn it, zero wind.
Awesome, good
A
stuff.
nice bit of hopping over gorse bushes and round fences and through gates and then a spot landing. But over the next few months, I've got about 45 hours of video that I've got to encode and then drop down to web resolution, so there's going to be an awful lot. And we have a video CD of some of these clips actually up on eBay, which is available for sale.
Awesome.
Help fund the club.
Awesome.
Anyway, next week's show.
Yep.
Well, next week's show, we're planning on announcing how much you have in your bank account, so you'll have enough money to come to Torrey and fly for a few weeks.
I think it's called minus several £1,000s.
Well, you better get that baby up, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be missing some good flying this spring.
Well, I'm hoping, it's being optimistic, but I'm hoping to get across for sort of Christmas, New Year, because this Christmas, New Year, I did £27 worth of business in 3 weeks.
Jeez, that's not very much, huh?
No. Pretty busy just now, Bill.
Good. Well, good for you, man. Yeah, not sure next week's show what we'll be doing.
We're probably going to have some of the manufacturers on and be talking to some of our newest designer about some of the new designs that we touched on this afternoon and more detail. So we'll probably have some manufacturers on the show.
Yeah, so changes in leading edge and trailing edge technologies and event flow. Great stuff.
Well, good, Murray. Thanks so much for joining us. It looks like we're at the top of the hour here. We're going to have to be cutting out here, so we'll say goodbye to you, and nice hearing from you.
Yes, and you certainly got better weather over there than we have, but looks like it's changing here. All the best.
Okay, take care. Okay, that about wraps up the show for the Paraglider on World Talk Radio. We'll be with you next week. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.